Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, we're going to start off with a little bit of sad news from the folks over at Takata, the Japanese safety manufacturer. It's been going through some incredibly difficult times after this whole airbag situation. You've seen it probably in past episodes of this, and you've probably seen it all over the interwebs. Now, this company has been building airbags as fast as they can to replace all those ones that have been having extreme amount of troubles. Even I know a couple of these. Personally, my brother has a little Honda that actually had a pair of these airbags replaced. But now they're upping the situation as far as the airbags that are being recalled. Another 35 to 40 million airbags are being recalled, bringing the total up to over 120 million airbags that have now been recalled worldwide. This is basically crippling this company. Last year's financial numbers were horrid. This year's numbers are not looking any better at all. And all the manufacturers and all the other companies that came in to the aid of Takata have slowly been filing out slowly and slowly, which is meaning this company is really being left out to dry. Sad to say that this company probably won't survive this whole situation. Would love to see this company come out the other side better than ever, but it doesn't look like that could be the case. Next up on the list, Honda showing off the brand new Ridgeline that this thing debuted. Auto shows earlier this year, but now we got some official information about the production version and even a release date for this machine. Now, right off the bat, this vehicle is a unibody machine built much like regular passenger automobiles, not like body on frame like what most trucks are. But don't take this as this truck actually being a little bit weak in the knees. Even with four-wheel independent suspension on all four corners, actually giving it a little bit softer and more quieter ride. This vehicle can still tow up to 5,000 pounds, which makes it not that much of a lightweight. Now, the vehicle comes with a 3.5-liter, normally aspirated V6, making 280 brake horsepower and 262 pounds-feet of torque. That is shifted through a 6-speed automatic gearbox. The vehicle can be configured to front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive situations. Starting price on this machine starts off at $29,475 US, all the way up to $42,870 US dollars if you go all out and get the all-wheel drive edition. This vehicle will be in dealer showrooms in June of 2016, only a little over a month away. So if you're wanting to get your hands on one, you better get on down to your Honda dealership right now. Another vehicle that's going to be in dealer showrooms, of course, it's going to be selective of how many dealers you're going to get this car, is the brand new Audi R8 V10 Plus Selection 24-hour. This machine is a little tip of the hat to all their endurance race winning wins in 24-hour events, including the 24 Hours of Daytona, the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, and of course the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Now, this machine's basically just a cosmetic package. A lot of Selection 24-hour logos, a lot of little paint spots, a little carbon fiber here and there, but the hard parts all remain to be the same, including the 5.2-liter, normally aspirated V10 making 610 brake horsepower and 413 pounds-feet of torque. That goes through a 7-speed S-Tronic transmission, and of course the machine is all-wheel drive. The vehicle will be able to do 0 to 62 in just 3.2 seconds with a top speed of 205 miles an hour. Starting price for this machine comes in at 229,999 euros or 260,842 US dollars. Now, here's the piece of resistance about this machine. Even though it's just an appearance package, you'll be hard-pressed to ever get to see one of these machines. It's going to be on display at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring in just a handful of days, assuming possibly it's going to be at the 24 Hours of Le Mans as well, coming up next month. But they're only going to build 24 of these for the world, which means the chances of you seeing one outside of these two events are slim and none. Next up on the list, well, we've talked a lot about Top Gear, but sadly, this is a little story that I thought was exceptionally interesting, and it kind of slipped through the cracks as it actually came out about a half a month ago. It involves a fella that we haven't got to see in a whole lot. You got to see a little snippets in the latest trailer for the new Top Gear that actually came out just a couple of days ago. It involves a fellow by the name of Rory Reid, probably the least well-known of all the brand new Top Gear hosts. Mr. Reid is going to host an all-new program that's going to come on right after every episode of Top Gear called Extra Gear. What's going to be inside this particular program, and it's going to be used across a lot of different platforms right off the bat. Now, like I said, what's going to be inside this? A lot of exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, outtakes, a lot of cool stuff inside of this deal, including interviews and the like of stuff that wasn't in the actual broadcast. Now, Mr. Reid is actually going to be doing this on a bunch of different platforms, including a lot of their social media, a lot of the websites, even on the big television channels right after the shows as well. So, pretty cool little show. I think it may be even as interesting, if not more, than the actual Top Gear broadcasts themselves. That being said, Top Gear is actually supposed to come out later this month, the month of May of 2016, and we're already halfway through the month, so they better get on the stick about getting this show on the air. So we'll wait and see her, and we'll definitely keep you in tune. Keep in tune to the Facebook page. We'll announce the day this thing happens. Last up on the list, we're going to talk about their crosstown rivals, that is Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hamond, and James May, as their brand new show, their brand new Amazon Prime show, finally has a name. It's going to be called The Grand Tour, which I have to say that name is absolute crap. This is the worst name I think that they could have named this thing. Mainly because it doesn't say anything about automobiles at all. If you were to say, hey, let's go watch the Grand Tour, or GT for short, which does mean a little bit to some people in, well, motor cars speak, but as far as an actual television program, it sounds more like you're going to be touring a museum. Now, I know I'm hitting this pretty hard because guess what? This show is going to be great. So it really doesn't matter what the heck the name of it is. There is another odd little thing that I haven't heard anybody else say. The sheer fact that all the promos show this done in duct tape with Sharpie kind of makes me think that there's a possibility that we could get a name change for this show heading forward. I can think back at Fiat Chrysler Automobiles when they were first developing the brand new Challenger and Charger Hellcat. They did not have the rights to the Hellcat name and were working quite diligently behind the scenes to get those rights. In fact, they got an okay from them, but once all the lawyers got involved, it took a fair amount of time. So I'm wondering if the same thing is happening with these folks. They're going to want to buy out another name from somewhere else, and they're going to kind of leave this Grand Tour thing into the past. So we'll wait and see on this whole deal, but I cannot wait for this new Amazon Prime show. Thank you very much to my sister who gave me a Amazon Prime gift card, or his Amazon gift card. That's going to be quite a bit of chunk out of the brand new Amazon Prime, which is basically the only reason why I'm buying this deal is to watch this show. So definitely be talking about it coming up this fall when we talk about that brand new show right here on Motor Cars Enthusiasts. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. You get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.